podcast is a member of WildGamesProductions.com and D20Radio.com. They came from the game table, dice bags in hand.
We have one brain that we share between us.
To talk about role-playing for all across the land.
And you'll like it.
The original, then basic, then 1E they scoured.
Kinda grabs you by the boo-boo, don't it?
To bring AD&D to the second power.
You want me to put the hammer down?
Welcome to THACO's Hammer, the best damn AD&D 2nd edition podcast ever.
Retconning. Well, they do that all the time in comics and games, and I've seen DMs and GMs retcon stuff all the time in games. Hiya, folks. THACO's Hammer, number 104. I am DM Glen, along here with DM Brian.
Hey, folks, what's going on out there?
And DM Corey.
Welcome back, everyone. That's it.
And DM Full On Gamer. Can't leave him off. DM Full On Gamer.
Greetings, Gamer Nation. We're going to have a really big show tonight.
Did he just go Ed Sullivan on us?
Yes, in fact, he did.
He did.
Wow.
He did.
Holy crap.
And before it goes any further, let's go to Hits and Crits.
Well? One thought he was invincible, the other thought he could fly. So? They were both wrong.
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're hit. You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
We're sending somebody in to negotiate. Anybody else want to negotiate?
Hits and crits.
Hits and Crits. I'm going to start with, I'm going to point to a picture. Full On, what have you been doing?
I have been preparing to start packing out for the long move to North Carolina, and gaming-wise, trying to keep up with the Old Republic. We've got new Year 3 anniversary stuff they just gave us, and I think it's another rat ghoul outbreak on Coruscant this week.
Ooh, really? A rebel outbreak?
Rat ghoul outbreak.
Is that what you said?
Rat
ghoul outbreak, thank you.
Okay, so,
gotcha.
So that's just basically just players going around hunting the things down for XP and stuffs?
Among other things, in pits. Like Genesis pit.
Nothing like grinding on Tatooine, yeah. Corey, what's up?
Nothing much over you, man.
What you been doing, dude?
Crawling. In the process of moving into my girlfriend's house. Moved in. Had a passing. And haven't done any gaming. Been drawing. Got some other miniature prototype artwork done to go to Monster Miniatures. Find them on Facebook. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Just drawing.
Cool. What about you, Brian? What's up?
Oh, not too much. Just been messing around with Elite Dangerous, and actually I took a little bit of a break from the game because, well, long story short, I was doing this trade run which involved buying and selling rare items, and it's a long, involved process. The route takes like an hour real time to do, and, well, I was trying to refuel my ship, and you do that by what they call fuel scooping. And you basically have to fly close to a star, and basically I flew a little too close, and I couldn't get away from the star, and I burnt up. So, yeah, I was a little irritated because, yeah.
I heard that game's buggy because it's still, like, pre-release.
No, they did the official release, like, 2 months ago? You know, I purchased it, and it's not buggy at all. It works really well. So, yeah, I mean, it's worth it. And actually, I found out today it's on Steam now. So,
yep.
Wow.
So maybe next payday you might have a co-pilot.
Hey, hit me up. You know, I'll fly with you.
I'll be your wingman anytime.
BS, you can be mine.
Why don't you get Full On in there, too?
What have you been doing, Glenn?
Oh man, I'm the only one who's been doing gaming, and it wasn't even D&D. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running a 50. Well, as you know, I'm running a Savage Worlds 50 Fathoms campaign with a bunch of scurvy dogs running around Carabidus, looting and pillaging and doing pirate. Well, they would if they had a ship. Uh, they've got a skiff. They don't have a ship. They have the money for a ship. We'll see about that this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I've been running that. We had a lot of fun trying to find the injured captain from their last ship who ended up dying, and this scurvy pirate led him into a trap in a cave. They found his treasure after they killed him.
Mm-hmm.
The skeleton, a live skeleton, sitting at a table in a room, in a cave room, with the ship in the bottle, which had like live skeleton crew and everything, and he was poking at him with a dagger. One of the players decided to take the bottle. Another player decided to take the skeleton's head and put it in a sack for some reason. My favorite, they actually triggered my favorite trap in the whole thing, which was a trap door in this one room at the floor. They opened, oh, there's trap. No, you don't say anything. Okay, we'll open it up real easy. Well, what's in there? Well, there's a depressed area and there's a small chest. And they said, I pick up the chest. That's the trigger. They pick up the chest, or the guy that picked up a chest, I said, make an agility roll. He said, I made it. I said, good. You were still down with the chest when the cannonball went over your head. What cannonball? The cannonball from the cannon that's in the side of the wall when the door flew open and fired a cannonball at your head, which is now buried in the other wall.
Nice.
And he opened it up. He said, there's nothing in it. No. And the other guy goes, hey, wait a minute. This cannonball is gold.
Nice.
So anyway, and this one guy, I swear to God, they have these. Okay, to make a long story short, Savage Worlds has these adventure cards you can buy, kind of like it's things you can do in the game, players can do, that you give one out, one per adventure, per session. And this one guy had this one card that could make everybody shaken, which is like stunned, kind of like stunned champions, shaken for a round. Everybody in his radius, by doing something or saying something so outrageous, everybody goes, they just stop what they're doing and go, what?
Yeah.
And so they killed the pirate second in command, this woman, and he said, I'm playing the card. I says, okay, what do you do? He says, I go up and I bite her in the neck and rip her throat out.
Nice.
The zombies kept fighting, but the rest of the guy's crew is like, no, out of here. I'm out of here. That guy's crazy. So they have a ship in a bottle, a talking, and one guy got a mimic parrot, which is like a super parrot that can mimic anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so funny. After they did the trap, I says, you hear a cannonball go off behind you. He says, and they go, what? It's the parrot.
Nice.
So we're going to find out what happens Saturday. I've also been doing an Old Man Grognar series every day this week, saying it's
Very
Monday. Cool. I have to do the show Saturday. Every day I show them my progress.
I've been watching
on how
it
I create
my
the
lunch.
session.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. In fact, I got to work on it after I get done here. Anyway, that's me. Sorry that it took so long. Let's sales. What do we got?
Okay. Let's see. We got plenty of emails, and I want to thank everyone who sent them in. Keep them coming, because we do use them.
THACOshammer at gmails.com.
That's correct.
Sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so I have one from our buddy, our binge emailer, FD. Okay, it's short and sweet.
Hey, FD.
Yeah, it's short and sweet, even though the answer may not be.
I think that stands for Kojo Jr., doesn't it?
At this point, it just might. Okay, says a couple of questions. The topic of the email is Elven Chainmail. Do you let thieves wear it?
Oh,
they're stat mods for thief skills, or do you consider those are for bards? Okay, that's his first question. Let's see. Yeah, I let thieves wear it, but the penalties are pretty steep. On average, like somewhere in between like -15 to -30 to your thieving skills. But yeah, I'll let them wear it. No problem.
Wow.
Bards, same deal. They have to. It's still a penalty to like their thief skills, and well, that's just the way it is if that's how you want to do it. So
Now,
yeah,
if they ever find elven leather, then they'd have something.
that would be interesting. Probably even give them a bonus. Corey?
Leather laced with mithril?
Why not? Sure. Corey, full on thoughts?
Yeah, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of trying to chase down the elven chain if you can get it, and if you can earn it, and if you can keep the elves from killing you for having it.
Correct. Yeah, the only...
And then applying the as charged penalties for wearing it if you're trying to do it while thieving.
Exactly.
For the assorted thieving skills.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah, Corey? Corey?
You want me to read the next email?
Yeah. Well, he's got another question in this email. I'll do it. Do you allow elven fighter mages to wear and still cast spells? Yes. What about half elves? Yes. If they fit. Human dual class? Sure. As long as they're not dual classing into something that doesn't allow armor, like mages, But yeah, I don't have a problem with any of that.
See, where have we ever seen a halfling thief wearing elven chain?
They must have did a really big favor for the elves. No. I'll say that.
Baggins.
Yeah.
Yeah, Baggins.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
Baggins. No. Yeah.
So yeah, it's not
Baggins.
A racially. You don't put it on and either grow ears or burst into flame. You just hope it fits.
Yeah.
Ryan.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Check the chat beside the video.
Hold on.
I've been miming on the video. All right, continue, full on.
Oh, right.
That's it. I allow it. I use the as listed penalties for wearing it. It's in the book. That's why it's there. Why would you change it from what's in the book? Do you have something special with your elven stuff?
Correct.
Are people allergic to the metal? You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Out of all of,
I've heard of that.
Go ahead. What's that, Glenn?
No, I said I've heard of that. That's all I said.
Yeah.
I said I've heard of that.
Yeah. The only time I think I have maybe like 3 characters that have had elven chain. 2 of them were elves, and one was a human who did a major favor for a leader of an elven community. So he got a set of, highly enchanted elven chainmail, and was basically named elf friend for the rest of his life and things like that. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, it's so rare. 95% of it's going to be for elves. Maybe there might be one for half elf side, maybe a 1% chance it's human size, but yeah, I mean, it's so rare. It's just like, yeah, it's just it's actually much more common to have it made for you by doing the elves a big favor rather than finding it in a treasure trove and actually having it fit, unless of course you're elf sized. But
or a little
you have to carry it around like.
What'd you say, Corey?
A what?
Or a little scrawny human.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah,
that too.
I get somebody
you have to,
like a Theonicist with 12 strength or 10 strength.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll let him slip into some elven armor. But if you're running around with an 1875 and you're a human, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that ain't fit, buddy.
Yeah, 6'3". Yeah, exactly.
And the most common response is, but I'm wiry. No, shut up! You're not wiry.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's.
You drew your character sketches for all these female characters with double what letter, and you want to slip into
double G's?
Armor?
Yeah.
So you run into an elven hunting party and you're wearing this. Where did you get that mithril? I have a permit for this.
Exactly.
If the elves made it for you.
Exactly.
This is registered.
Yeah.
Look. There's the thing right there.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to like roll up one of the sleeves to show the creation
serial number.
Yeah. Exactly. Inspected by 15. Something like that. Okay.
15, he hands them out to anybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, we're going to have to go have a talk with him. Okay.
Thanks for their letter.
Look for the union label, what?
Thanks for the letter, DL.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
FD. Okay.
FD.
Corey, you want to read one?
Yeah, I'll read one from Grave Dancer.
Okay, do it.
Hey, Grave Dancer. Yeah.
Said, hey guys, DM Grave Dancer here with yet another quick question. When do you feel it's appropriate to start giving players +1, +2, +3, or magic items? I know it will probably be varying according to different campaigns, but as a general rule, do you have a rule? What level is a character worthy of wielding such power? What level should a character need a weapon to slay such nasty does? That will slay such nasty.
Well, I bet. Okay.
I think he meant
thanks,
to say
Grave Dancer.
foes. Go ahead.
I think, I've seen a lot of campaigns, including my own, where +1 start getting broke out right there at the beginning.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, +1, I have no problem having a first level character having +1 sword or something. You know, but it isn't until like say, it isn't until like 4th to 6th level that I start breaking out the +2, +3 versus this giant creature or something, you know, or +2, +4 versus dragons or something like that. Then I found.
But yeah, I mean, using Hammers of the Duchy as the example, the only characters that have +2 weapons in the party are Allie's character, who found a +2 Red Dragon Slayer, but she was pretty close to. She was like a 4/5 Ranger Cleric, and you, Glenn, who had who found a +2 Battle Axe, and you know.
Yep.
But then you were.
As much as the.
What's that?
I don't think I use as much as my normal battle axe.
Oh yeah, you always.
I think the speed factor sucks. I think the. Oh, I did.
Yeah,
oh, that's
did.
right. It had better speed factor.
Yes,
that's right.
exactly. Yeah, it drops the speed factor.
I wasn't looking at the
pluses.
I was looking at the speed factor.
Yep, exactly. But yeah, I mean, my rule. I usually did a rule of thumb. It's like levels 1 to 3 or 1 to 4, somewhere around there. You know, mostly +1 weapons and stuff, and 5 to 7 or 5 to 8 would be +2s, and you know that I'd break out the +3s at 9. You know, +3s and +4s would be 9th level and above. You know, I mean +5s of course would be extremely rare, but you know that was just a general rule of thumb I had.
I'm looking at the Hammers of the Duchy notes right here of treasures discovered from our last encounter. Ran some total in the level 4 range. And let's see,
level
there
5.
Was the token scimitar +2, good for people who have scimitars. The spear +2, good for people who have spears. The broadsword +2, good for the people with broadswords. Splint mail, always a big list fan among the players. That small shield +2.
Yeah. And you notice none of you guys are using that. None of you guys are using it.
None of us are proficient in it.
Yeah.
Anything we found.
Corey uses that scimitar and he's not proficient in it.
Yeah. Again, there's nothing wrong with having them, again, as Glenn said, early in the campaign, as long as it's found in gameplay.
Correct. And actually,
especially if you're going to end up with a reason to need it, like things that need it to be hit.
Correct. And on top of that, it was that was just the treasure trove I rolled up. You know, when I redid this adventure, like, oh god, how long ago? Like 8-9 years ago. So yeah, I didn't even think about that. But I was at the time, I'm like, okay, everybody's got +1s, and they're right close to 4th to 5th level, so I can change them over to +2s without too much of a problem. What?
No, we don't. Some of us are completely unmagically equipped whatsoever. Until I got a ring of protection.
Well, you guys didn't actually go. You guys didn't actually go into splitting up certain stuff. So that's just all party stuff. If you want to take a certain thing, go for it. Well, not to mention your swashbuckler is proficient with longsword, if I'm not mistaken. So.
No.
No, really? I could have sworn you took it as a second thing. Okay.
No.
I'm mistaken. Okay. But yeah.
Thank you, DM Grave Dancer.
Yes, thank you. Before we get into any more.
Thank you, Mr. Grave Dancer.
Yes, I am. Sorry.
I got one more
See,
and then
told you.
What's that?
I have one more email and then an announcement.
Okay, no problem. All right.
Real quick.
Okay.
This is from our friend FD.
Okay.
Hey, FD.
Where'd it go?
Welcome back, FD.
Seems he replied to an email that we answered an email from a guy about two-weapon fighting named Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
FD says you guys answered him a bit inaccurately. By the book, Vanilla 2E, you get -2 to your main and -4 offhand. But this is modified by the dexterity reaction adjustment. You also forgot to mention Rangers getting it for free in leather armor. Just a minor quibble, but not everybody plays with all the bells and whistles 2E has to offer. I, for one, play Vanilla 2E for its simplicity's sake.
Thank you, FD. And yeah, there's a lot of people out there who play Vanilla 2E, and it's great.
Mm-hmm.
I want to answer this specifically.
Go for it.
Go for it.
This is my rant. FD, we love you, brother. You send us lots of emails. But realize when we answer these emails, we're not answering it for pure book raw accuracy, rules as written.
Correct.
We're answering it as far as, Brian, how do you handle two-weapon fighting? Glenn, how do you handle two-weapon fighting? If people want to know the rules for two-weapon fighting that is accurate vanilla, read a book! That's what they're for. People write in and ask us a question. If you were writing us in because you're too lazy to read a book, then you're going to get our answers because that's what we know and we go by.
Right.
But I think you're writing in the correction. Yes, Daniel, he is correct. Rules as written is what FD said.
Mm-hmm.
What we answered was whether or not we said it's how we play. That's how we run it.
Correct.
And wasn't his question to the tune of, this is how the book does it, how do you do it, is it better, worse, the same, different, whatever? We gave him the different.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can like or not like what we do.
Right. Right. Yeah, we each broke it down and explained how we do it, and that's just our particular flavor on it.
Well, I don't want a discussion that's going to cover the rest of the show, but I feel there's I don't want to call it a stigma, but one thing that kept me from hosting shows for a while is because, and Vince had to convince me of this. He says I'm not knowledgeable enough. Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? I am knowledgeable enough. I can run games. That means I'm knowledgeable enough.
Correct.
But there's some shows out there who basically they sound like they did their PhD dissertation in D&D. And I'm not going to mention which shows, but that's all well and good if you want to do, Meet the Press with D&D. That's fine, but we're just a bunch of Joes who run games and we know the rules well enough to run games.
Correct.
And we're giving you our opinions.
Correct.
Or in my case, a non-opinion.
Right. I mean, and most of us have modified from the rules as written either by incorporating splat books or even, in my case, taking various bits and pieces from Dragon magazines and adding them in just to give players and their opponents more options so that it isn't just, swing and miss, swing and hit, take your damage, blah, 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 roll your dice, move your mice. So,
we could, that could be the next Wild Game Production show if we got the right hosts. The Rules Lawyer Hour.
Oh, God. I don't want to.
Or in that case, it'd be the Rules Lawyer 3 hours.
Yeah. I've been accused of being a rules lawyer in the past. I'd rather steer clear. Thank you.
But anyway, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was it.
Thank you. And you can send us emails at thacoshammer@gmail.com. What's the number, Corey?
405-806-0555.
Right on.
Now, the announcement.
Yes, the announcement.
Go for it.
THACO's Hammer official bookmark contest started in January and ran to the end of February. We had stuff come up in March, so we couldn't answer it. So the winners are, by random drawing of the ones that we got, we have Willard Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, I gotta click on their emails. That would be DM Laz.
Cool.
We have FD.
Oh, he won?
Hey, FD.
He did win. Yep.
Persistence pays
But
off.
see, we don't hate you, FD, even though we just, told you to knock off with the rules order. We still gave you an award. You won,
Yeah.
And the last show, and I lost his name. Hold on. Where'd it go? There it is. Doug.
DM Doug got it. Okay, cool.
PC Doug. Yep.
Now I want you to send me the one you did for FD, so I could write on the back the exact rules out of the book for true weapon fighting. It'll be on the back of the bookmark.
Nice.
I'm just teasing with you, FD.
Congratulations.
A lot of teasing around here.
If we wouldn't have to give Rich Burlew some credit, some royalties, I'd say, and remember, I copied Explosive Runes this morning on his bookmark.
Congratulations, you guys, and thank you, everybody who wrote in.
Yeah, thank you. We'll be doing this again soon.
Yeah, for sure.
And I guess it'll be me that does the bookmarks.
Hey, go for it. Out of the four of us, I have the least artistic talent. It'd be pretty much a stick figure theater, or maybe even if I was, relaxed enough, I could probably do Order of the Stick style.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that is our emails. Wow, a short email segment. I can't believe it.
Yeah, who would have thought it?
Anyway, let's go on to people skills.
Pretty sure we have time to bury them fellas. Hell with them fellas. Buzzards gotta eat, same as worms.
How can you shoot women, children? Easy. You just don't lead them so much. Ain't war hell?
Where shall I find a new adversary so close to my own level?
Try the local sewer.
People skills.
Let's do that again.
Okay.
People skills. Penis skill.
No.
There's some people that act like them, but I don't think we can label it that.
Hey.
Well, that's just something for Brian to edit.
I've got an 8-month example of my penis skills, but anyway. Go on, Glenn. Redo it, please.
Ooh. 3, 2, 1, Gamer Nation. Welcome to People Skills.
Okay, thank you, full on.
I'll put that in.
And we're putting, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to do a little subsection here called DM's Grill. I think we thank Corey for that.
Mm-hmm.
Which classes do you find are min-maxed or overpowered? Good question. All of them. No.
We all came up with the idea that this DM Grill will be questions that a lot of DMs don't get asked. We get questions asked by budding DMs about making games, but we want to give them the backside. So,
good idea.
Good questions for that. We don't get asked that often.
See, THACO's Hammer, we're always thinking.
Yes. Some of our thoughts may not be all that great, but yeah, we're always thinking.
We're always thinking. Okay, and we said classes, not kits.
Yeah. That's a whole different ball of wax.
Oh, that's a whole can of worms. We don't know if we want to open.
Yeah, no, we
don't.
I
think we opened in the past, but
yes, we have.
So, guys, give me examples, some classes.
Wait, we're not doing kits?
Nope, it's just the core class itself.
Yep.
Min-maxable or overpowered.
We can get to the kit. We can get to kits in another show.
Well, we'll be getting into kits into another segment.
Everybody knows which classes are the min-max bait.
Mm-hmm. Well, full on.
Quadratic wizards.
Well, let's see. The high offenders, in general opinion, not necessarily those of the speakers on THACO's Hammer or mine, are Monk, Bard, Paladin, Ranger.
Monk after they added the Monk back in, right?
Yes, after they came back in.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. I can kind of disagree there, but I can kind of see it. But the monk gets extremely powerful only at like really high level, like starting at like 11th.
Yeah.
But yeah, I take your point.
When you can run as fast as a horse at 3rd level, we got issues.
Yeah, they toned that down. They toned it down.
Corey, are you doing that? I think you're whatever you're eating, your bag is too close to the mic. We keep getting.
Edit. Penis.
Thank you.
I did it just so no one else needed to do it.
Okay. Anyway, and I think the magic user is kind of a special subclass of that because they got so many. Yes, magic users and clerics. They got so many schools and spheres that some could be more overpowering than the other.
Correct. I mean, well, with mages, the whole thing is that I've said it before, their power is garnered by the fact that they're extremely squishy to start with. If they could wear armor like a fighter and still cast their spells and have no effects, then yeah, I would say that. But min-maxing, I've seen almost every class undergo min-maxing at one point or another. I mean, I've seen players run thief characters where they constantly are seeking to max out their thieves' particular skills by third or fourth level, get it up to like 90%, like move silently or in hide in shadows, and then all of a sudden try to lean on those abilities and to where they think they're doing things magically and they're not.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've seen fighter. I mean, the whole thing about fighters, where especially if you're using, like Full On was holding up skills and powers, and he's doing it now. And Glenn is making a cross sign because, I mean, if you want a min-maxer's, I hate to use the term, but a min-maxer's wet dream, use skills and powers because it can be abused horribly.
I don't think very balanceable.
Yeah, but
well, I think the min-maxer didn't really come into the forte. I mean, you had some of it in the kits, for the splat books, but that was kind of like, okay, don't allow the kits or whatever, don't allow that splat book. But once the player's options came out, that kicked min-maxing into like high gear.
Oh, I agree.
Let's see.
I mean, go ahead, Corey.
To agree with Glenn, but to just give him a little jab in the ribs. The point of the skills and powers is a what kind of buy system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, point buy system. Yeah.
And what is champions?
And what I said it before. I said it before.
Corey.
I said it before. If I want to play champions, I'll go play champions.
Yeah, Corey. That's not a jab in the ribs. That's a right cross to the jaw.
No, it would have been a right cross if I would have said something about RC.
Yeah.
Champion.
Well, RC's innocent enough. But anyway, but yeah, I've seen people try to, basically trying their hardest to get a suit of plate mail even before they get to second level. I've seen clerics, just basically making all the other 5 abilities a dump stat just so they can get their wisdom to an 18. Just to get their bonus spells and things like that. Then, of course, I've seen like a player come up with a concept for a character. His character is just going to be a fighter, but he decided to say his character was the byproduct of a drow raid on an elven village and blah blah blah. And then he started saying, let's see, what's my infravision going to be? Is it going to be 180 feet or is it going to be 120 feet? I'm like, what? Let's see, you're going... and he just kept going in that direction. I was just like, dude.
Excuse me, Corey, I do not fall for your Jedi tricks. He blew smoke right in front of right into the... He's gonna disappear, isn't he? Yeah. I'm immune to your Jedi tricks.
Yes, I'm immune to your Jedi tricks. Yeah.
I wouldn't...
Jedi tricks don't work on me, only mine.
I would say that its class is not overpowered in any stretch of the means. But in my opinion, and this is weird for me to say this because it's all about me, but Psionics are bad for min-maxing. They always are done because...
Psionicus. Yes. I wasn't even talking about them yet. They would definitely be... They would go in front of the Ranger. At least, probably
and another reason why I don't want to put psionics in my game, because I know they could just like take the game by the scruff of the neck and shake it.
Well, they have the risk though that mages don't. This is what I tell everybody who says psionics suck. With psionics, you have a ability called chameleon power, where you can be like the predator. Yep. But if you roll a 20, which is the dice roll for psionics is opposite of combat.
Correct.
So instead of a critical failure on a 1 on psionics, if you roll a 20, Glenn, you turn neon green and pink, and you cannot freaking hide.
Yep.
Now, you take a magic user who can cast Fireball. Can you please, or no, even better, Magic Missile. Tell me what the downside or the possible risk is for Magic Missile. There
isn't one.
I was going to be depending if I have the wild magic chart.
The worst thing it can. Go ahead, Corey.
Out of the book, psionics are more balanced because each one of those special powers, I can turn into a living shadow and meld into shadows. If I roll a 20, something on my person, a piece of equipment, disappears into the demi-plane of shadow forever. Oh, you had a +3 scimitar? Guess what? It's gone.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, there's a
Mages don't have any risk except for hitting themselves with a spell. That's why everybody's like, magic user, mage spells, arcane and divine spells are better. No, they're more cheesy. A warrior can roll a 1 and fumble.
Mm-hmm.
Wizards can't.
Yeah, that's true.
Except for spells that require attack rolls.
Yeah, then there's that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well,
but
you got me again, but I still don't like psionics because I think the system is
fair enough.
Whack.
That's fine.
Those points, the points and everything, way whack.
Well,
that is why they came up with 3 complete different psionic systems across the whole run of 2E.
Yeah.
So you could have your choice of which one of psionicists you wanted to be.
Correct.
I got 2 psionicists running through my campaign that's currently on hiatus, and one of them was my girlfriend, and I'm just waiting for the day that she rolls a 20.
It's gonna happen. I mean,
you're gonna.
I'm on a podcast, woman.
Yeah, well, you know what?
The future Mrs. Corey, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. If she's truly psionic, you have been rolling 20s. You just didn't know it. She clouded your mind.
You did not roll any 20. I did not roll that.
That's not a 1. That is not a 1.
That's a power score. I hit my power score.
Yes. You want to sleep in the same bedroom tonight, you're going to call that my power score.
Okay,
all right, yes,
but
sir.
I want to ask Full on something. Why do you think Rangers are overpowered?
Oh, what?
Yeah, that's what he thinks.
I put them a distant 4th or 5th among the ordering of ranking of things that become overpowered or min-maxery.
You say that knowing the 3E Ranger exists?
Yes, I know the Thief Ranger exists. I have several.
Yeah, I have one. But no, I meant the 3rd edition Ranger.
Experience as a rampant, rabid min-maxer. Or so I have been accused.
Nah.
No, I'm agreeing full on. When you said you'd have a problem with the Rangers, so you're telling me a kit or a class by default that can go both awesome with a bow and awesome with a 2-handed weapon, or do dual weapons, dual-handed, then later on get freaking cleric spells. I'm sorry, druid spells.
No, you had it right the first time.
Is it overpowered? Come on.
No, not at all. I mean, I've played so many Rangers and Ranger Clerics that, my head swims to think about it. But
I remember the days in 1E where I thought it's great to have a Ranger because I would eventually be able to heal. Eventually. I never got there.
Yeah.
But eventually.
Yeah, you have to be like 9th level to do it, too.
Yeah.
And Rangers advanced really slowly, too.
Yeah.
Well, see, the only thing is that, Rangers get a lot of stuff, but it's balanced out by 2 factors. One, that the class is hard to qualify for, like 2nd hardest class behind the Paladin to qualify for, and it's balanced out by relatively slow progression. I mean, it's like an additional, at 11%, above like a normal fighter's progression. Or something like that.
That's why I don't say any of these things are necessarily overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
They are all balanced.
Mm-hmm.
DMs might let themselves get walked upon. Players might try to stomp upon a DM, but it's more a factor of it being min-max or bait for those particular classes, exactly for those reasons. It's the so hard to qualify for class.
Correct.
That once you get it, you got to fight like crazy to keep, and then try to get your hands on all the licky and chewies that go with it.
Right.
No, you got a point.
If you don't get them out of the gate.
Yeah. But
yeah, I
mean,
understand. What about what?
I think the biggest problem is it's the majority of classes that have multiple prerequisites or multiple requisite stats.
Exactly.
like the ranger, like the paladin. Yeah.
And the scientist.
Yeah, the psionists too. Yeah, it's true.
Give me a thief any day.
Well, and then you get into the multi-classing and the dual classing, and you take something min-maxed and combine it with another min-maxed thing, and oh boy.
You have a point.
Yeah, at least in dual classing you got to go up a little, then go up a little over here, and up and up and up.
Correct.
You're not like doing an elven thief magic user fighter who goes up, who splits his experience in 3.
Yeah.
And goes up.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing about everyone's always said, well, multi-class characters are the most powerful. No, they're not. Even using the 3rd edition mechanic where you have to get a set amount of experience points, then you make the choice of which class you want to advance. Even that balances out
that's
pretty
dual
well.
Class. Yeah. Yeah, that's the old dual class thing.
Correct.
Yeah, you thought elves in basic D&D were hard to advance? Whoa.
Yep.
That's easy compared to this. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, my whole thing is that if you have a game with a min-maxing player who's constantly using quote unquote dump stats, and things like that, it's up to you to say, look, dude, I see what you're trying to do, and you didn't quite have the dice power, the wherewithal to do this. So you're going to have to live with what you have, and you're going to have to make it work. Instead of
you're a cobbler, go back to your shoe store.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, is it correct me if I'm wrong? Is it possible to do a subclass multiclass, aka it'd say a ranger mage?
I've done it.
Ranger thief.
I've done that too. One of my favorite characters is a ranger thief.
Okay.
Psionics thief?
Yeah, you can do it.
Okay.
Oh God, what?
Paladin thief. No, wait a minute.
No.
You can do that if you're a paladin to the god of
thievery
thieving in my world.
Yeah,
that would be interesting.
Bard.
Yeah, I mean, fighter bard. Yeah, I've heard of those.
I like to see monk bard.
Dude, he'd knock 2 guys.
David Carradine. He plays a flute.
He'd knock 2 guys out and put their heads together and play the bongo drums for his music.
There it is.
Call him Ricky Ricardo. Anyway.
And yes, FD, I know that's not a class combo allowed in the book. Deal with it.
Yes.
Oh boy, yeah. You've opened up a can of worms, FD. I can't help you, dude.
Yeah. Well, anybody else want to send us in something on this? Go ahead at THACOshammer@gmail.com.
Oh, Corey found him.
But very nice. You're gonna love those bookmarks, guys. Now all he has to do is color them, right? No color.
Corey emphatically shaking his head no.
Well, winners, haul out your crayons.
Yeah, crayons and
color pencils. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there you go. So let's move on to option package.
Which one is it? Let's choose. Choose wisely.
Maybe something bad. Maybe something good.
What the hell's going on out here?
That is a choice.
You chose poorly.
Option package. Okay, we're just having a ball with messing up games here. Bringing a character / kit from another game world into your world. What do you do? Now, are we talking about? I used to
play with my cousin in his game, and I have a level 15 paladin thief. Can I bring it into your game?
Oh, this is bringing.
I just got this. Or I just got this new splat book with a really neat kit in it. Can I play
exactly. Yeah, without the site.
My DM. We built this class in skills and powers, and it's really awesome. Can I run it
for you?
Yeah. It's a new kit we've created in Skills and Powers. It's called the Acrobat Guerrilla Warfare Fighter. Can I play it?
It's a Blade Singer monk.
That would actually be fun. But yeah,
that would be overpowered.
Yeah, it would be.
Yes.
I agree. But okay. I mean, I'm thinking of examples. The biggest example I could think of, there was this one game that we invited a dude who responded to our corkboard message at our friendly local gaming store back in Orlando. And he shows up and he gives me his character who's a half dragon. And you have to. I had no problem with it until I started looking at the character sheet. I'm like, okay, his level was like, I think like 6, 7 or something like that, and he had like +3 and +4 equipment. I'm like, okay, that goes, no, hell no, effing hell no, and just went down the list.
Right.
Yes.
My story is back when I lived in San Jose with a roommate, and I was much more of a pushover DM. One guy brought in a 9th level ranger that got polymorphed into a kangaroo.
Oh God.
And he wanted to play it. He was 9th level.
Oh, that's funny.
And he had like all these like kangaroo attacks and stuff, almost like it was a monk kangaroo.
Yeah,
Go back to monks tonight.
Yeah, it's like
I was about to pull the trigger and say yes until my roommate says, "Let's go out in the patio for a minute." First thing he says, "Are you kidding? You're gonna let that in?" And I went back and I go, "Are you kidding? No."
Oh man, but that was like the worst example I can think of. The best one was the DM actually wanted to one of our players wanted to bring a Dark Sun character into Forgotten Realms. Now never mind and I can hear people on both sides of the argument in Dark Sun and Forgotten Realms like, you can't do that. Dark Sun is a completely isolated sphere. You can't do that. It's like, oh dude, shut up. Anyway,
tell that to the realms of Ravenloft, you dunkus.
Yeah, no kidding. Jeez. But yeah, so brought in this character. This was the famed Terras game. Now that I think about it, yeah, we actually dealt with and defeated a Terras. Believe it or not.
And sent it to the Dark Sun. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what we did. But yeah, I mean, so the player had the Gladiator kit from Dark Sun, which was completely not the Gladiator kit, the Gladiator class. And brought him in and had all the exotic weapons and completely different attitudes. And of course, there was culture shock because, as we all know, Forgotten Realms, Toril, certain areas of Toril are pretty damn verdant. You know what I mean? A lot of green stuff growing, and being from Dark Sun, where
all this wood, I'm rich.
Exactly. Exactly. It's like it's not like 130 degrees in the shade, and things like that.
Well,
that was
fun. It's a lot better than if you wanted to bring a Defiler mage over.
No, that was the opponent. He was the opponent. The big bad evil guy was a Defiler, and we
trying to defile the realms.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, and the funny thing is that defiling magic with the advent of spells and powers, spells and powers. Not spells and powers, spells and magic, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
They actually give the rules for a Defiler mage, so you actually can do it. But even then, that was the fun part, was we had to track him down, especially the ranger in the party was like, yes, we are going to have to go kill this mofo because he is literally destroying nature. Look at this. Lifting up this fine dust where there was vibrant soil and growing things in it.
That's when they send out the Treant Ninja Hit Squad.
Yeah, with Major Druid Sniper backup. Yeah, for sure.
Ranger Druid Thieves as backup. All backstab.
Wow. Yeah. Here you go. Now you're talking. I like that idea.
That's the way we roll.
Yeah, my answer to the question of the set here, my answer is yes, I allow them in. but not until after I rewrite the character sheet for my campaign.
Right.
Good idea.
Yep.
And essentially I tell them, this character came from wherever. Yep, he sure did. And whatever he landed with is what's on your character sheet.
Mm-hmm.
What his stats are is what the planes allowed him to become once he re-materialized in my world.
Mm-hmm.
Got a problem with it? Go back to your other campaign.
Yep.
Well, if I was being really cruel, I would make the player rewrite it until he got it right. Third time. Nope. Do it again.
Nope. Got it wrong. You're wrong again. Nope. Redo it. Rewrite.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, the question at hand, though, is how to handle bringing the character or a kit from another game into your particular game world. I have been rather open-ended on such things. I've always said I'm rather all-inclusive. I'm an all-of-the-above guy. I'll take all the books and find a way to make everything fit. So it's never been a case that a particular kit or class was too much or too woolly or weird for my campaign. The character actual write-up, on the other hand, occasionally has been. But it's not necessarily, because I deal with a lot of mobile gamers, a lot of military gamers who are coming in and coming out and gaming in different groups or only having certain availability from all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I have a tight-knit group of gamers to deal with at any given one time, and you have to be flexible enough to deal with things from all over the map.
Full on. I'll bet you used to carry a lot of pre-gens.
No. Nope. Not really.
Okay. Anyway,
I would screen the character. If there's a thing on there that I had a question about, I would ask about. I may or may not choose to alter or eliminate anything, or I would tolerate it to see how it plays and interact in gameplay to remove, eradicate, eliminate, damage, edit, or whatever it is I had to do to make that character meld with our campaign a little bit better. I usually had little to no problem with that. Especially if it was a case of, like, we're playing in a Forgotten Realms campaign. This is a Forgotten Realms character from another Game Master's Forgotten Realms campaign. I don't treat it as plane hopping with the attendant, oh, you're slipped through the veil of worlds and you lost a few things on the way. Okay, I'm a little more forgiving of that kind of thing, but only to a point. If you show up with a dissertation 19-page character background, how you are related to a Zune and Elminster at the same time, I'm going to have issues with what you've written down.
Well, considering how much sex Elminster had earlier. Sorry.
Have an appropriate way to either generate a similar character to join the campaign with, generate a new character, or we'll start playing with what you've got and see if it fits. And if I need to edit on the fly, we take it as a grain of salt. Just because I let it in doesn't mean I'm going to let it stay.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, full on, I will say this, is that your situation's a little bit different because of the transitory nature of the people involved in your games and popping in and popping out and things like that. That's a unique situation, at least as far as, from what I see. But when you've got guys who, like you put up a one ad on the corkboard at your gaming store, and they show up and they have a freaking 3-ring binder, 4-inch 3-ring binder just on one character, and this, that, and the other thing, and yeah, I understand it. But, yeah, I mean, I can only imagine how that could be. I mean, no wonder you guys rolled with such high power. You know what I mean?
Wait a minute. So, full on, would you have accepted the kangaroo player?
Yes.
Oh, yes, he would have.
With worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the funny part is, depending on where the campaign where everyone is in my campaign world, I would have probably run with it too. Because there are a couple of areas where the humans are not the dominant species. It's Rakasta. So yeah, such a being would fit in very well over there. But yeah, I mean, I would run like we've said, I'd run through that character sheet, and it's like, okay, your character's a what? No. If your character's a martial artist,
come back next week. We're going to be playing Turtles After the Bomb.
Hey, I would have no problem with that. I love TMNT. I love playing that game. You know,
I've also been the offender on the other side of that coin, coming into a game from nowhere saying, hey, where's the game? Hey, you guys got the stuff going on? What level characters are playing? I've got a few. Pick one. That's usually how I do it. I'm a little bit more. I have characters of all kinds of level ranges, so I say, hey, GM, here's an assortment of characters. What does a campaign need? I'll play whatever.
And Corey,
or I'll make something.
Corey,
Yo.
remember what you posted on Facebook about a week ago, or maybe 2 weeks ago?
No.
About when
because I've been drinking.
Oh well, the little 3.5-inch cards, multicolored cards.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, at least at least there are alternatives, even if the offending player may not like them. But that's okay because we're all here to have fun. But
my biggest problem is
that's the whole point.
I play with the same guys long term,
Mm-hmm.
so we'll play until somebody gets bored or most of the party has to leave for a long period of time, and we'll stop the campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Mid-level, 7, 8, 9th level, and then all of a sudden we're playing a new campaign, and they're like, oh, my 4th level died. Can I bring in so-and-so? No, he's freaking 9-9.
But when the campaign's 9-9, we'll talk.
Yeah, that's exactly. What I tell them.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's my biggest problem.
Mm-hmm. No, I totally understand that. I've had that happen too.
Yeah. So it's usually on a case-by-case basis.
Mm-hmm. Yep, case-by-case basis, and just be ready to edit and change what you don't like, and if the player don't like it.
And as a player, you better be ready for some changes if the DM deems so.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't go in expecting that's the way it ran in my old campaign.
We'll go play in your old campaign then.
Yeah.
Yes.
But anyway, the DM died in a car accident.
Yeah, play the sympathy card.
Exactly.
Anyway, tell us if you guys got a way of doing it. Tell us about it at thacoshammer@gmail.com. Mm-hmm. And now we are going to move on to Magic Fingers.
The White Wizard approaches.
There's no such thing as magic.
You always were the better magician. You both know that. But whatever your secret was, you have to agree. Mine is better.
Magic Fingers.
Magic Fingers. This is the Game Breaker episode.
Mm-hmm.
What spells are game breakers? What artifacts are game breakers? How do you balance them? I balance them over my knee and break them. No.
Roll a new character because you just triggered a small nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
Wand of Chromatic Orb.
Yes. That's a game break.
Corey, you keep it up. I might just do it.
Hey, look. With
Miracle, Limited Wish, and Geas.
I've only given out one wish in my DMing career, a limited wish.
Mm-hmm.
It worked out okay. I mean, they didn't want much. They just wanted to be immune to missiles, and so the players are immune to missiles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
so that was it.
Yeah. We've covered wishes before. Yeah, wishes can attempt to be game breaking, but only if the DM is a pushover. I mean, a couple people written in about wishes because of that.
I found a ring. What does it do? I don't know. You'd have to identify it. Man, I wish I knew what this ring did. Hey, it's a ring of 2 wishes. Oh, man.
Yeah, ring of 3 wishes and only had 1 left. Yep.
It's a ring of 2 wishes now.
Mm-hmm. But
it's a ring of no more wishes. Yes.
Yeah. The funny thing is that wishes. I'm trying to remember the last game I ran where there was a wish left over. As a matter of fact, I think it was the ongoing campaign with my former roommate. I think one of the players had a ring of wishes with 1 wish left, and fortunately, the player was veteran enough to wait until things were looking pretty dire, before busting it out. I mean,
I used a wish to bring back another player character,
which you can do. Yeah, that's easy enough. I mean, of course, if you have a prick DM, you've got to basically write a freaking dissertation on that wish so that the DM cannot exploit any loophole in the wording.
It was a 3-5 game, and the deity basically gave me a wish because I had to go in and do the final thing, and he says you pick one other and her character died going in, a trap or something like that, and she was all bummed out and stuff, and it's like, okay, who do you pick? And I said, her, and I pointed at the player character, and the DM just was like, her jaw dropped. I hadn't thought of that.
That's always a good feeling.
And he says the character came dropping out of the sky into my arms. I says, okay, babe, you're helping me. Let's see if you could die again.
Yeah, try not to die again. We can only do this once.
Yeah.
Now, Brian,
yes.
It's a dissertation not if you have a prick DM. It's a dissertation if you have prick players. I know because I've been that prick player.
Full on. Listen. We had I'm not mentioning any names.
I want to see it. One quarter is DM Corey, the other quarter is full on gamer as a player. In the middle is a wish. Who will come out?
Mano y mano deathmatch. No,
we do remember when I told the story of the gratis samurai.
Yes.
Oh God. No, the thing is,
we had my write-up of the murder hole, right?
Yes.
It has a wish, a reverse wish, and a geas in it.
Oh.
So I'm not a hypocrite saying that these can be game breakers if abused, but you have to use them wisely.
And considering what else is in the murder hole, because I've read it, you're going to probably end up using that wish, and that reverse wish may actually bork you even harder because you think you have a regular wish and you don't. But to answer Full-On's question, no, we had that kind of DM. Let's put it this way. In this particular game, there were 2 instances involving wishes. Now, the first one was kind of done by the player to kind of get everybody extra XP because he knew the DM like the back of his hand. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to mention names because he might be listening, and I don't want any nasty Facebook messages later. But he worded the first time he worded a wish where basically we went up against, I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was a bunch of like giant trolls or something like that. And he worded the wish to where we went back in time like 10 minutes and we fought them again and got extra XP, and the DM allowed it.
Wow.
But in the second one, we had to word a wish in a particular way so that this DM who liked to look to screw us every once in a while, and especially when it came to wishes, he had to basically write down the wish on a notebook-sized piece of paper, 8.5 by 11, and he filled up the first side and half of the second side just to get it off correctly so the DM couldn't screw us over. Because the DM took the sheet of paper, read it again, read it a third time, and he's like, okay, I can't mess this up. He actually literally admitted to it. So yeah.
Well, what I would do is the first thing I would wish would be for a barrister who is knowledgeable in wish law.
There you go.
You gotta say that, otherwise he's gonna poof. It's like, well, yeah, I do bankruptcies.
I've had gamers drop at my table, encounter an item that generates a wish, start using the wish, and they presented me that 1.5 pages of legal size paper with stuff written on it.
Yep.
I whip out a highlight marker, and I go until the first instance of either punctuation termed as a period or the word and I stop.
Yep, that's a very...
That's a basic law of wish content right about there. And if you can avoid that hang up on 1.5 pages of writing, okay, props to you. You work at it, but that's going overboard. It doesn't need to be gone that far, especially with all the different ways that through literalness, through wish power source, whether it's infernal, divine, planar, reversed, cursed, whatever. Don't ever wish from the Ifrit. Just know that in the first place. Never do it.
Don't wish from certain jinn either.
Yes.
Okay. Let me throw a since this is degenerating into a wish discussion.
Yes, let's go to the other stuff.
Okay. there's a lot of spells out there. Are there any spells that, like, say, could be game breakers or artifacts that have spell-like abilities that players tend to want to use all the time?
Well, in the case of artifacts,
which could be a game breaker.
In the case of artifacts, if you're doing it by the first edition DMG rules, because there weren't that many negative side effects to using artifacts.
There were if you filled them in because you were supposed to. DM, to
no,
make
that's what I'm saying.
Campaign.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't that bad, but at least with second edition, they made you roll to roll what negative effects using this particular artifact was going to do. Now, there were certain devious DMs who would actually do it who have a set for one person, and if another person in the party came along and tried to use the artifacts, it'd be completely different powers and completely different side effects. Yeah.
That's an option.
Yeah, and it was like, so that was my whole thing with artifacts. Of course, the power certain artifacts have can be game breaking. I mean, just going through the Encyclopedia Magica when it comes to artifacts, when they start using power level categories like cataclysmic, when you start going like that, it's like, yikes. I mean, let's put it this way. If you want to see the effects of someone using an artifact and completely losing their crap and completely going absolutely ape crap mental, as much as it pains me to say it, watch Red Sonja. Watching Sandal Bergman's character losing her mind and being completely megalomaniacal, because she has this artifact and she's destroying nations and destroying cities because they won't knuckle under to her. And the more she used it, the more she wanted to use it, and the crazier she got. It
was the One Ring to her.
Yeah, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. To answer from my side, I have Vecna.
Yeah.
Hand of Vecna.
Yeah, we did a show on that.
Yep. Rod of 7 parts.
Yes.
Yep. And all the teeth of Dol Vernar.
All the mighty, always hunted in my campaigns, sort of cause.
Of course.
Wand of Orcus.
What's that? Oh, Wand of Orcus, yeah.
The Machine of Lum the Mad.
And our friend Baba Yaga's hut.
Oh,
Brian.
Yeah. We covered that too. But in second edition, as well as an artifact, it's its own demi-plane, for God's sake.
I know what I want.
What?
I pulled it out of the Encyclopedia. I want a Sampo.
What?
A Sampo. Go look it up. Encyclopedia Magica.
Oh, okay. I'll look it up while we're talking.
Then go watch the Mystery Science Theater episode, Day the Earth Rose. It's from Icelandic mythology. It's a wonderful machine that produces gold, silver, salt, bread, all this other things where you'll never want again. And it's like, I just want one of those and I'll retire. My character retires right there. What, 5th level? Sure, yeah, he retires.
Yep, pretty much.
Anyway, okay, give me a simple spell that could be a game breaker. Something like, I don't know, Sticks to Snakes, Magic Missile, Stone to Mud.
Well, the only way a Magic Missile spell could be a game breaker is if you take the limit off of how many missiles you can fire.
Yeah, then it turns into a Macross anime.
Hey, what's wrong with that? Nothing. I mean,
I got Alpha Betas.
Exactly. Got Veritex flying around. But, I mean, not to mention Full-On did actually make spells based off that stuff.
Yes.
I still have that file, and every time I see it, I shake my head.
Game breakers. That would be things like contingency.
Yes.
Let's see. Ever popular, enchant an item.
Mm-hmm.
Trigger.
Once people start making magic items and want to make artifacts, but don't want to call them or pay the price to make it an artifact, but have an artifact.
Mm-hmm.
And the ever popular permanency.
Yeah.
The one that I have a problem with that I don't give out enough, but I don't want to, is the Rod of Negation.
Ooh. You guys had one in my game. Now, I could have really...
That's right. I had it. I remember.
Yes, and I could have really, if I really wanted to screw with you guys, I could have just had that thing activate after you found it in the Dragon's Hoard.
But you literally had give a party a Rod of Negation,
Mm-hmm.
and there is a large chunk of that Monstrous Manual, or Monstrous Compendium,
Mm-hmm.
that literally one bad saving throw roll behind the DM screen,
Mm-hmm.
and the big bad evil epic fight is over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Pretty much. But I said, but no, I wasn't going to do that. You know, especially not to an average 4th level party. Why would I do that? I want to actually run this game again at some point.
How can we
Trap the Soul?
I was just going to say
good
that.
one.
Trap the Soul.
I had a campaign that went over 2 years long, playing every weekend. We ended it with a Draco Lich and Demi Lich working in conjunction.
Yikes.
Oh, Lord.
Now, we're
that
talking
gives me the
guys
shivers.
level, and the magic user cleric walked right up to the Demi Lich, smacked him with a Rod of Negation.
Wow.
That would do it.
Now, here's the difference. He had it blessed by his deity. Deity blessed the Rod of Negation.
Okay.
Okay.
So he hit the Undead Lich with not only a Rod of Negation, but blessed by a deity.
Ooh.
Not high
Whoa.
level, the deity touched. Yeah,
Blessed-
and
blessed
literally I
equal-
was like,
equals
oh,
cursed.
I got a saving throw roll. I got a saving throw roll. 1.
Yep, bricked it. As my friend said in the evil campaign I was playing in, anyone can break a save, anyone can break magic resistance. I remember it like he said it yesterday.
We have run up on a Lich with a friggin' Rod of Resurrection, and Louisville sluggered him right across the friggin' glowing fireballs. And then ate the dog snot out of the little bleeding mage that was left after he bricked.
Wow. That's crazy. But, I mean, I'm just thinking about it. I mean, of course, the higher level spells, say 6th level and up, can be, you know, if for an enterprising player, and I use that in quotation marks, for an enterprising player, they can, you know, it can pretty much wreck the game. It wasn't there. I'm trying to remember what spell we covered. Somebody emailed us about, and basically could wreck a campaign if not adjudicated properly.
That's right.
You know, but you know,
let me.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. It's totally lost the thought there.
Oh, sorry.
Gate. That's another big one.
What's
Gate,
that?
Yeah.
Gate.
Especially if the GM is not prepared.
Dimension door.
There's a limit on that because I think the range is only like 240 yards or something like that.
Well, if you're in the final battle with the big bad, it's easy to get within pretty easy to get within 240 yards, and it'd go behind like a wall of force too.
I mean,
think what a teleport without error spell would have done to the quest for the ring.
Yeah, how about that? I mean,
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Blink.
Yeah. But the problem is that whoever touched the ring almost got corrupted completely. I mean, even Gandalf was scared crapless of that ring.
Let me keep it on this severed mummified hand.
I have this hand effect. I'll put it in the ring on there. No,
don't do that. No!
That would be so awesome. We could do that.
That would be game over, man.
No, what it is if the one ring's an artifact, as soon as you put the ring on, one of its special powers is teleport without error. Link! Drop. All right, now I just gotta walk back.
Now you gotta get off the mountain, which will basically blow up when you destroy the ring. Yeah. Good luck to you.
Jeez. My God. Oh, artifacts, spells, hurts my head. Really does.
Yeah.
Guys, tell us about it. THACO's Hammer at gmail.com. We had fun with this one. Time to close the splat book. Yeah, I had fun with this.
Yep.
Game breaker stuff. We're going to have to do this again sometime.
Yeah.
Combo breaker.
Combo breaker. Yeah, thank you, full on.
What he said.
Yeah.
bone saws ready. Anyway, time to go. Say goodbye, Brian.
Oh, have a good night, folks. We'll see you again for Splatbook 106, actually. No, 105? No, you're right. 105, I'm sorry. You're right.
Yeah, 105. Yeah, that one's going to be special. So say good night, Corey.
Hope you have a good night, and remember, when it comes to breaking your game, all you got to do as a DM is...
Yeah, stop it right in its tracks, exactly.
Say good night, Full-On.
Good night, Gamer Nation. We're going to wander down the road with our THACO's Hammer artifact-wielding, dual-classed monk blade singers. And see you later when the hammer comes down.
And I'm going to have a character based on one of the Street Fighter games. There we go.
I have that in my campaign, Glenn. That's an actual martial artist kit. Nobody ever asked me about it.
Asshole Rye, like
yes.
that.
Yes.
Anyway, we'll deal with that later. And I'm DM Glenn saying I'll see you next time when the hammer comes down on THACO's Hammer.
Sure, you can punch.
Yep.
There we go. Sure can punch.
Yep.
THACO's Hammer theme is provided by the Diablo Swing Orchestra. You'll find them on Jamendo.com. All other additional music for this episode was provided by Kevin MacLeod. You'll find more of his music on Incompetech.com. Be sure to visit our website at thacoshammer.info. If you have any questions or comments, email us at thacoshammer@gmail.com. Remember, that's an O, not a 0. You can also find us on the 2nd edition forums at osrgaming.org and at purpleworm.org. Or give us a call and leave us a voicemail at 405-806-0555. See you next time when the hammer comes down on THACO's Hammer.